Hi there, my name's Joan Ellis and today I'm going to talk to you about a Minerva classic. That's this lovely linen look fabric. Now as you can see, I've got a huge rainbow of colours here to share with you. Although the fabric is a linen look, it's actually 100% cotton. And that's great because it means it's really affordable. It means it's fully washable. It's breathable and absorbent, so it's going to be lovely and comfy to wear, and it's also going to be really easy to work with. So what I'd like to do is we're going to have a little close-up look at the fabric so that you can really see its structure and its handle and appearance. And then what I want to do is share lots of projects with you and patterns with you so you can find out all the great things that you can do out of this fabric. So let's hop on in and let's get started. So I've chosen this lovely, I'd call it an acid green, to do some close-ups for you with. On the Minerva website, it's actually called chartreuse. But I think it's a really good colour to be able to show you some close-ups and for you to see the detail. So let's just have a look. So to create that linen look, this fabric has a slub running across the width of the fabric and down the length. So you get a little bit of a kind of crisscross surface texture with it. As you can see, it's got a crisp handle, but you know, it's quite I'd say it's probably light to medium weight, and you can see that it folds quite easily, so it would pleat and gather quite easily, although it's got this crisp finish. It has no stretch and actually very little give, so it's a very stable fabric that would make it really suitable if you're a beginner and you are looking for a fabric that's really easy to work with. This one might be for you because it isn't going to stretch when you're working with it. So let's have a little look at the different colour ranges. Now I've blocked them together so that we can look at them in groups. So this first little group of fabrics that I want to share with you are all the classic colours. So we've got a lovely navy, which I'd say is a mid-navy, a black, a chocolate brown, a really rich chocolate brown, a white and an ivory that are actually really quite close in colour, a tan, which is kind of a sandy colour, and then a colour that Minerva refer to as beige, but it's more of a stony colour. So if you're looking for a neutral that's kind of got a bit of kind of grey feeling to it, that might be the one for you. So there all are beautiful classic shades. So here are all our, what I'm going to refer to as hot colours. We've got a lovely wine colour, which is kind of a mid cherry red. A red which has got a pinkish hue to it. It's not a pillar box red, it's more of a pinky red. A beautiful coral, and I'm going to show you a jacket that someone's made out of this a little bit later in this presentation. A really pretty bubblegum pink, which is Minerva colour is just pink. Classic cerise, and finally this beautiful purple, so a really rich purple. So they're all of our hot colours. So in this final group, I've got all of our, what I'm going to call cool colours. They're all the blues and greens. So one of my favourite colours, this gorgeous khaki green, a real classic khaki green. The chartreuse that I showed you earlier when I was looking at the close-ups, I'd call this an acid green. It's quite bright. It's a limey green. A beautiful, rich turquoise blue. This is another green. On our colour chart, it's just referred to as green. It's a mid-green, and it's quite a kind of soft, muted green. On our colour chart, this colour is referred to as teal, but it's on the green side. I'd say it's more of a jade green than your classic teal, which tends to be a little bit bluer. It's a little bit greener than a classic teal, but a beautiful colour nonetheless. And then finally, a royal blue, a lovely deep royal blue. So that's all our colours. And as you can see, there's a lot of them to choose from. I'd certainly be spoilt for choice. So let's have a look now at some of the projects people have been using to make gorgeous garments from this linen look, and also some of the patterns that I recommend as being great examples of patterns that could be used for these fabrics. So the first colourway that I wanted to feature is this gorgeous coral. I'm always drawn to this sort of colour, and I think it's great for summertime. And I wanted to share what one of our makers has been making. So here is a jacket made by one of our makers. It's in this beautiful coral colour, and you can see how lovely it looks. Now, this has been made up in a really simple style. There's no collar, it's quite loose fitting, great practical patch pockets, but I've actually chosen New Look's 6163 as it's that really simple classic style and a great pattern to be able to use with this fabric to make up the different components. So in this pattern, you've got the simple style classic jacket, you've got a skirt, you've got a trouser, you've got a top. So you've got 4 different garments that you could make up in coordinated fabrics out of this linen look fabric and put together a great capsule wardrobe just using that one pattern. The next garment that I want to share with you was made up in this gorgeous navy blue. So it's kind of a French navy, and it's this lovely tiered sundress made up by Mandy So New. And you can see it's made an absolute classic little summer tunic or dress to wear over leggings or trousers, or maybe just on its own as a beach throw, but lovely, made out of this navy linen look. To replicate that sort of garment shape, I've actually gone for Simplicity 8640. And you can see here on the pattern envelope that they've made all their designs up in red, white and blue. So I've just selected our wine red, royal blue and ivory to replicate the designs that they've put on the cover of this pattern. And I thought it was a great pattern. It's got quite a kind of swing A-line feel to it. Really simple and comfortable to wear in the summer. And this fabric with its slightly firm handle but still soft enough to drape would look good made up in any of those designs included in this Simplicity pattern. Now I couldn't resist sharing this other sundress with you as a completely different style, but also to show you how adaptable this fabric is. So our lovely maker, Just So Georgie, made up Closet Core's Fiona in the black linen look, and doesn't it look smart with the contrast brass buttons? And hats off to Georgie for getting such an amazing fit on her dress. So if you didn't want to go for the black, if you wanted something a bit more summery, I think this lovely green, so this is the mid, the one I said was a mid green, and it's referred to just as green in our colour chart. I think that Closet Core's Fiona would also look fabulous made up with this, with maybe wooden buttons or tortoiseshell buttons or even gold buttons. So you could get a similar look with a completely different colourway, and wouldn't that look fab in summer? So this next little collection I've picked out because I think they'd look great with contrast top stitching. So I've got 3 shirt dress patterns for you. There's Simplicity 8014, which I have probably made up 4 or maybe even 5 times and always been really pleased with the results. There's the Cashmerette Lennox, which again is very similar to the Simplicity 8014, but you've just maybe got those larger sizes that you haven't got on the Simplicity pattern, if that's something that you need. And then finally, how about Closet Core's Callie, which is a lovely shirt dress or shirt/tunic, which would look great made up in this fabric. Now I chose these colours because I think you could have great fun using decorative stitches on your shirt dresses and using contrast buttons and threads, and it would look really great on these colorways. So I've gone for this gorgeous chocolate brown, which I think if you used cream top stitching thread with this fabric and cream buttons, could make a really, really smart shirt waister. Secondly, I've got one of my favourite colours in this range, is this lovely chartreuse green, and that would look great. You could either use maybe something pink and go really bright pink, or you could use a navy as a contrast thread, and that would look fabulous with this bright chartreuse green. And finally, another classic is this lovely neutral colour, which is, I'd say it's a stony grey. On our colour chart, I'm just checking, on our colour chart it's referred to as beige. Don't let the word beige put you off, because it is a great colour and would look great with black top stitching and contrasting black buttons. So they're my choices for shirt wasters with contrasting design features. So this linen look would also make fabulous dungarees, and Lucky So-and-so has made up her dungarees in our black linen look from this range, and actually she used New Looks 6493 for her dungarees. I think they look absolutely fab, but I also wanted to share some alternatives with you. So I've picked out a few colours from our range which I think are great colours to either wear independently or great for putting a t-shirt underneath on cooler days. So I've got our khaki, our navy, our wine and our purple, because I think they are great colours for mixing and matching with t-shirts underneath. Now some other dungaree or jumpsuit patterns, which I think would work really, really well in this fabric. If you want a more tailored look, how about going for Vogue's pattern 1645? So that's 1645, which gives you a much more tailored look, which would be great for the office. Or an alternative to the new look pattern is Burda's 6408, which again is a looser fitting dungaree and a really simple style. So if you're a beginner, the Burda pattern might be something that you might consider. So finally, I just wanted to give you a couple of patterns that I think would work really well for children in these fabrics. So first off, I've got 3772 by Butterick. And as you can see, it's a great pattern for coordinating different colours together to make up your little girl's dress. So I've just picked out some pinks and purples and the white from our range, and I think they would look good blocked together, then with maybe some decoration or a plique and maybe a print to pull those colours together. But a great little classic girl's dress. And then finally, for the little boys in our life, I've gone for McCall's 6548. And you can see here, I've got a great range of blues and greens, which you could mix with navy or black if you wanted to. And the little shirt and shorts that are already block coloured would make using this fabric really, really easy, and it gives you the ability to mix and match the colours together using the same weight as fabric. So there we go. That is our lovely linen look fabric, or one of the lovely linen look fabrics we carry at Minerva. I hope that you found the video interesting and informative, and maybe it's given you some ideas of things that you could make out of this linen look fabric. As always, you'll have your own ideas about which patterns and which colours you want to put together, and we love to see what you've been doing. So please make sure you share them with us on the Minerva website, so that we can show our community what they can do with this fabric. So for now, until I see you again, happy stitching.